lovely people, welcome back to my channel, or hey, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It is time to choose our November TBR. Let that sink in, because I can't quite believe that I'm about to pick my second to last TBR of the year. Wow. I have been doing the TBR card, chooses my TBR, for the last few videos, but we're going back to the OG method this week, and we're going to be using my trusty TBR jar. We've got our prompts in here. We're going to be choosing 6 prompts today. Let's give it a good mix around in there. Actually, we can't be having a non-mixed jar. That just simply wouldn't work. It is time to go back to the original method because I've just missed it. I've missed this jar. I've missed doing the TBR prompts, and I just love it. I love this time of the month. I am very much in the mood for... I don't really know what I'm in the mood for. I don't actually think there's like a specific genre or specific book that I'm in the mood for this month. So we're kind of just going in blind. We're just going to see where the wind takes us and pick at random. There's usually a genre that I'm leaning towards in these videos, but this month I think I could have a bit of everything. I'm not really in the mood for like one specific thing. It's kind of exciting. I'm kind of excited for that. So I'm going to stop waffling because you clicked on this video to find out what I'm putting on my TBR. So without further ado, let's get into the video and choose some books. Okay, so prompt number 1. Let's hope it's a good one. We want to start off on a bang, you know? As always, I'm going to let you guys see first. Is that upside down? Yeah. We have a book that starts with the first letter from your name. I like this prompt. I'm going to go grab some options and then we'll see what we choose. I'm returning empty-handed because I don't actually have any books that begin with an L. I have no books that begin with an L, and then I tried to do Grace. No books that begin with a G, and then I tried to do S for my last name, and there was also no books begin with S. So we're actually gonna start again. It's fine, it's fine. Okay, second prompt. Let's hope it's a good one. We have a book that doesn't match the season. So for this one, I'm kind of just gonna tweak it, and I'm just gonna pick one that is like a genre that I wouldn't really necessarily associate with autumn winter. So I've gone for Consider Me by Beck and Mac because I don't really have any other romances on my TBR at the moment, which is actually crazy for me, but here we are. And this gives me the vibe of not autumn winter purely for the fact that it's romance, and I associate romance with spring summer. So even though this might be set in autumn winter for all I know, I literally know nothing about this book, I feel like romance is giving me spring summer, so I'm going to pop this on my TBR. As you can see, it still has the price tag on. I've literally not touched this book since I bought it. I think it's a sports romance. I believe this series has about 4 or 5 books in it at this point, and I think each of them follow a different NHL player. This one is about Carter. He's an ice hockey player. Olivia, who is a teacher. I have heard that this series is quite fluffy, quite silly, quite romance heavy, and I'm kind of in the mood for that. I feel like last TBR video I said I was definitely not in the mood for romance, I was not in the mood for contemporary romance, and I only really wanted to read fantasy. But I feel like at the moment I am in the mood to pick this book up. I have been thinking about it for a little bit now, for the past couple of days, and I think it is time that I pick this series up. I think it is also on Kindle, which is just a plus. Okay, prompt number 2. There is one book that I would specifically like to get on my TBR, so hopefully we'll be able to get it on. I'm not going to reveal what that book is until we get it on. Okay, we've got Ugliest Cover on the TBR. I feel like I also get this prompt quite a lot. I should probably like shake up the jar. Even though I did, apparently not that well. I think that my TBR currently has quite a few books that are just like medium level covers. Like none of the covers are too ugly, you know? Like none of them are crazy ugly. So I've kind of just gone for like the worst of a good bunch. Is that the saying? I've gone for Homefront by Kristen Hanna just because I feel like this cover isn't too creative. It's not too like beautiful. It's just kind of like, I mean, it probably sums up the book very well, but it's very glary. As a whole, I feel like this cover could be better. It could give us more than it is giving. I'm trying to show it without the glare. Maybe I'll do this, or actually, will you get mad at me if I put Jane Eyre on my TBR for like the millionth time and probably not read it again? Because I fear that might happen. This is literally the ugliest cover on my TBR, and I'm pretty sure I've actually put this book on my TBR before because of this prompt and it being the ugliest cover. I think I shouldn't put it on this month because I never actually end up reading it, and I feel like it's just annoying, but I had to just get it out because it is quite literally just the ugliest cover on my TBR. I'm sorry, I don't like it. It's not that cute, and it's actually not the one I ordered. They actually sent me this one when I thought I was ordering another one, so I do have a bit of a vendetta out against this cover. But I think I'm going to go for Homefront because I need a Kristen Hanna book in my life. I've not read one in so long, and I'm definitely feeling like it's time to read a Kristen Hanna book. This one is about a family and marriage in modern day, I think it's about, or I don't really know too much. So yeah, we have a couple who are facing everyday pressures like children, careers, bills, household chores. They've been married for 12 years, but it's falling apart. An unexpected deployment sends Jolene deep into harm's way and leaves defense attorney Michael at home. He's unaccustomed to being a single parent to their 2 girls, and Jolene is not happy about leaving her family, but she's a soldier, so she's got life on the front lines. That sounds like it's going to break my heart. It sounds like it's going to be such an emotional roller coaster. And it's my last Kristen Hanna book that I have not read on my TBR at the moment. And then I need to do a restock and get all of her other books that are on my radar. Prompt number 3. I've got quite like a cluster stuck together here. Longest book. I don't have the time for this right now. I am in the thick of uni, but I guess we're gonna have to do it. Without a doubt, this is the longest book on the TBR. None of the other options are even going to compare to this book because this is literally the chunkiest book I own. I think it's 1,000 pages long, or very close to being 1,000 pages. It's like, well, this copy is like 950 something pages. This is Alchemized by Sen Lin Yu, which is this is my Fairy Loot copy from, I want to say September. Yeah, this is the September 2025 Fairy Loot book. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I do absolutely love this book. It is the traditionally published version of a fanfiction called Manacled, which you might have heard of. It is a very popular fanfiction around Draco and Hermione, I believe. I honestly don't know too much about the whole Manacled franchise thing because I just never actually read it. But I am very excited to finally get into this world because people are going crazy for this right now. I've seen people crying, I've seen people binging this book. Apparently the magic system is very complex, so I definitely want to have my head switched on when I read this. I might not get to it in November, but we'll definitely give it a good go, or maybe even just start it. Hey, that's a step. Maybe we'll just do that. But this is definitely the longest book on the TBR, so it's getting added to this pile today. Prompt number 4. Reread a book. Okay, I immediately know what I'm gonna put on my TBR, I think. Let me go grab it. Looking at my shelf, there's honestly so many incredible books that I would love to reread if I had the time. So many books, so little time. I'd really love to reread Normal People. I would love to reread A Court of Mist and Fury. I mean, that book, I've already reread it twice. Maybe a third time would be amazing, but I think I've narrowed it down to these 2 options today. Very different. We have Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh, which is such a nice copy of this book. I would love to read this book again because I crave more content from the Boys of Tommen series. But the other book I have is actually on my fall TBR, so I probably should get to this. It is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I'd like to reread this one because the film inspired by Wuthering Heights is coming out in February. So I would like to reread this and add some more tabs and notes to it. So I think I'm going to add Wuthering Heights to my TBR for November. Prompt number 5. I always get sad when we're getting to the end. I hope this is the right way around. No, it wasn't. We have a book from last month's TBR you didn't read. Okay, it is still currently October and we have like 2 weeks left of October. Will I finish the TBR for this month? Probably not, honestly, because I have been reading at the pace of a snail and not really picking books up, being in like a slump, kind of getting used to uni again. So I think I'm just going to pick one for my TBR and carry it over into November, which honestly will take off the pressure of finishing this month's TBR for me. So I think I'm going to carry over... My camera's actually leaning on it. I'm going to actually carry over Laws of Love and Logic by Deborah Curtis. This one is an ARC copy. It's out in February 2026. I won't speak too much about it because obviously it was literally on October's TBR. But yeah, I'm probably not going to get around to this one. I'm just going to call it right now. So I'm going to add it to November's TBR. And the final prompt for this this month's jar video. A book with cartoon people on the cover. I actually don't think I have any of these, but I'll check. Okay, so I actually don't have any books with cartoon people on the cover. However, I'm gonna throw a curveball and cheat because I do have a book that has cartoon people on the end papers, which I think is close enough. And I really want to add this book to my TBR. This is the book that I was mentioning at the start when I was saying about how there's one book in particular I would like to read in November. So I'm going to go ahead and add Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. I love this cover. I literally just opened this today. This is the Fairy Loot October book pick. This one has very pretty end papers, so I'm classing that because wow. And also it has really nice ones on the back. So my channel, my rules, I'm gonna go ahead and add this because I really want to read it, and I've heard very mixed opinions, so I want to see where I stand with this. I've also never read a book by Stephanie Garber before, so I would be intrigued to know how I resonate with her writing style. So this is my stack of books for November. Let's quickly run through them. First up, we have a book that doesn't match the season, which is Consider Me by Becca Mack. A book with the ugliest cover, even though it's not ugly, I just want to preface that. We have Homefront by Kristen Hanna, the longest book on my TBR, which is Alchemized by Sen Lin Yu. A book I would like to reread, we have Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. A book I'm going to carry over from last month's TBR, we have Laws of Love and Logic by Deborah Curtis. This is a very shiny cover. And a book with cartoon people, Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. I'm very excited to read this TBR. I can't wait to get started on it. Specifically Alchemy of Secrets. I'm so excited for that book. I can't even explain. Let me know what books are going to be on your November TBR if you have any books that you're going to prioritise in November. I would love to know down in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope to see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Bye guys.